Trump and the First Lady were diagnosed with the COVID virus.
What's up, guys? In this video, we're going to be talking about, are we going to have a possible stock market pullback or crash due to the president having COVID-19? We're also going to go cover exactly what could potentially happen if either Trump or Biden wins the elections, and what is going to be the ideal thing that can help the stock market go up. What are the policies that we need to watch out for each of these candidates, and how the stock market could potentially behave based off of what these policies with politicians have when they get elected. So also we have the CEO of Cathie explaining to us exactly what they're expecting based off of either of these election politicians getting in the office. So I'm going to cover all this important information coming up. All right, before we get into the video, I really appreciate if you guys can hit the like button. If you are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. If you have any questions, any comments, make sure you drop it in the comment section below. So as you can see right here, the stock market pulled back to the downside due to COVID-19 affecting the president. But we also have some more positive news that came out, that the stimulus package passed the House. So they're still waiting to see if things are going to progress. More than likely, they're going to pass the stimulus package before the election. So that is a possibility that can drive the stock market to the upside ahead of the elections. But the bad news on how the president's going to be treated, and if the case gets worsens, that cannot be good for the overall stock market. But as you can see right here, we're sitting at a level. So if things, the worst case scenario, if things go south, we can expect the stock market to go all the way down to 320 and potentially break down. But now let's look at exactly what Cathie is expecting for this specific bad news that came out. She talks about exactly what could help the stock market, what they're anticipating if either Trump wins or if Biden wins, and what is going to be the main thing that's going to be driving the stock market in the future. So that video coming up.
Very close to the election. So the stimulus package, there's a lot of wrangling over it. And we do know that airlines will be the beneficiaries of this next stimulus.
These are the top 18 companies that are airline companies that we need to be watching for potential spike that can happen in the short term when the stimulus package gets passed. And also if we get more positive news about the vaccine development coming up pretty soon. So let's continue watching the video.
And Lord knows they need it, because airline travel has been decimated and is coming back very, very slowly. I will say, however, that we are just anecdotally walking around and going to restaurants. We're hearing a lot about labor shortages in restaurants and retail establishments, because even though the stimulus or the increment to initial unemployment insurance claims has dropped by roughly half, that's still enough to keep people at home and to keep them from returning to jobs that are open. So it's a bit of a conundrum. And we did see today in the employment report, one of the strongest categories was restaurants and leisure and hospitality. So we do believe there will be another stimulus, and we believe it will come before the election, and that should reinforce or reassure some investors who think this is absolutely necessary. We think the economy has hit escape velocity, and that some of the stimulus that is being bandied around is probably not necessary. We also, in terms of fiscal policy, hope that these policies are not going to get in the way of so-called creative destruction. And what we mean by that is disruptive innovation tends to take off during difficult times. But if companies and industries are being subsidized just to hang on a little longer, that's probably not good for anyone. There are a lot of jobs cropping up right now in the innovation space just because the COVID crisis has unleashed innovation at a rate we never expected to see. And as you know, we expect a lot from innovation. So there are a lot of terrific jobs being created out there. And for those who stick with the old industries that are probably dying, the government might be doing them a disservice by providing funds for those industries. The election, it is within a month now, and so the markets are focusing very seriously on it. We have taken a point of view about innovation specifically, depending on who wins. The first thing I'll say is that the innovation that is in place right now, based on the 5 major innovation platforms around which we've based all of our research, and they involve 14 different technologies, those have hit escape velocity. They are on their way. There is nothing that the coronavirus crisis turbocharged the move towards these innovative platforms. And we don't think there's any looking back from there. So that's good news. Now, we do need to address the difference between a Biden and a Trump presidency. As far as the Trump presidency goes, we have an idea of what will happen because of the first administration, his first administration. We're probably going to see lower taxes of all kinds, at least proposed, whether that's capital gains, income taxes, a movement towards a flat tax, estate taxes, and maybe even more corporate tax reform, which may streamline the tax code to the benefit of some and to the detriment of others. And so more of the same is what we'd expect, as well as more deregulation. With a Biden administration, given what we're hearing from former Vice President Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, we know there will be higher tax rates of all kinds. And there probably will be a lot more deregulation. I mean, not deregulation, an unwinding of the deregulation and more regulation. Now, just from a pure incentive point of view, we think this will hurt future innovation. And in fact, what it could do is add more momentum to the innovation that I just mentioned has hit escape velocity, because corporations and consumers are probably going to have to look for ways to save costs if their taxes are going up. And we know that innovation is a surefire way to cut costs. It's usually cheaper, better, faster, more productive, more creative in terms of evolving new products and services. So it actually could help those. But we do fear what would happen to future innovation. And what we think could happen is that it would shift to other more tax-friendly regimes in other countries. We've seen this already with blockchain technology. We know that some American investors are not even welcome to participate in some funds that are based in Europe and elsewhere, just because of the different regulatory regimes. And we do feel this would get worse. So from our point of view, given our lens on innovation, we're hoping that whoever is elected, that this recognition that innovation is going to help get us out of this mess, we hope that will resonate. We are sure that it will with the Trump administration. We are not sure that it will with the Biden administration, but we surely will be beating the drum out there, advocating for policies that will accelerate innovation, increase productivity, increase the generation of wealth for all, and create better paying jobs. So with that, I'd like to wish you a wonderful rest of the weekend, and look forward to speaking with you.
So that's going to be it for this video, guys. If you have any questions or any comments, make sure you drop in the comment section below. If you want to sign up for Webull, support the channel on Patreon, join the Discord. Links available in the description box. I'll catch you guys on tomorrow's video. Have a wonderful day.